In this video, I want to show you how I was able to take $4,000 and double it, turning it into 8K in just 1 week. More importantly, show you how you can too. So let's get right into the video. Here is the initial ad and listing. And I found the truck within just minutes of it having been posted, less than half an hour. So I inquired with the seller, reached out right away, and this is what transpired. So we can see the truck right here, 2003 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Duramax 4x4. Good title, good first picture, good job for the marketing of this truck. It looks pretty good. As we can see, it has the typical Midwest rocker rust, no shocker there. It's got the rust around the wheel well and the fender, over fenders, fender covers, whatever. That's also covering up the rust back there as well. You can see this headlight looks a little bit better than this one, but it's an old high mileage truck. I immediately messaged them, and this was within like 20 minutes of the ad being posted. That was just when I happened to log on Facebook. So I said, hey, I'm very interested. Is it cloth or leather? Cloth with vinyl floors? Any issues other than the blow-by? I saw that there's rust. Text me pics. I have a new back bumper for it. I was going to take it in for body work. Then the blow-by started. Radio doesn't work. Everything else does. The windshield has a crack from sitting over winter. Okay, what's your phone number? And he gave me his number. That the front bumper is cracked a little bit. There's the crack in the windshield as well. A little rip here and a little tear in the upholstery, but nothing major for the mileage especially. So this video is set in Indiana, where I'm from, where my home base and headquarters are. However, right now I'm in sunny Southern California, as was the same with this truck. I was looking for deals back home, but geographically I wasn't able to go pick it up. I was out of the state for the next couple days. So I called around to friends and my parents. Fortunately, I have a super supportive, loving dad who picked it up for me. So he took some cash, picked up the truck on my behalf, and I got this thing sorted and locked down sight unseen. So here's the initial reaction, the first POV drive. My dad was able to talk him down just a few $100 from the asking price because he was getting blown up with inquiries. Anyway, here's some GoPro footage of my personal opinion. So we are on our first drive in the truck. Everything's still cold for the most part. Just started it up and let it warm up for a bit. But I want to show you what it's like to drive this thing. And honestly, I've been driving it for 1 minute, like not long at all. This is my first time in the truck. Again, I got it sight unseen. The numbers worked out, all of the metrics on the truck, like the fact that it's a certain year and a certain mileage with a certain engine, four-wheel drive, stuff like that. It just made sense at the price that even if things are rougher than I expected, which they are, it still is gonna work out. So, got the truck, we're going on the first drive. It is gorgeous right now, absolutely gorgeous here in the Midwest in the fall flannel season. Everything's already trimmed down and cut. Here's the acceleration from a stop. Well, once we get going. Everything's nice and proper with how it's driving down the road. It's not pulling to one side or the other. Everything's kosher there. My dad, who's the one who bought the truck on my behalf since I was out of town, did test drive it and made sure that everything was fine. And he's like, yeah, for the mileage that it is, which is 293, it's really good. Look at this. I mean, look at that color scheme. Jeez. We got her in four-wheel drive, testing it out, just making sure it'll continually go, act as it should in four-wheel drive. It did lock in, it didn't engage. I put the rear wheels onto the grass and just floored it. Took off like it should. So, you know it's working. I will pull off right here and give you a quick tour of the truck. All right, so let's go for it. First, We have this little rip in the seat. This will be easy to super glue. And then we have that broken bit right there and some wear right here, as well as on the steering wheel. Otherwise, the interior is in incredible shape. Just a little bit dirty. I guess we do have this. But the rest of the interior is in awesome shape. For the age, it's nearly 2 decades old, and it has 300K nearly on it, mileage-wise. Not too bad of an interior. Moving on, we have the crack on the windshield. Hopefully you can see it. It goes all across the windshield, which stinks. I didn't realize it was that bad. We got the rust down here. It just needs new rockers and cab corners, which is nearly all of these trucks, unfortunately. It does have this, which is nice, the little step side thing. Go around the truck. The front has some rust right here, and then there's a bit missing on this plastic bumper, that piece. Otherwise, the front looks good. Some fade on the headlights. It's whatever. It's an old truck with high mileage. You'd expect it. Moving on to the bed, there's no real dents. There is a little bit of rust, bubbling, and then you know what's under those fender flares. This is pretty disgusting, not gonna lie. That shouldn't be happening, but fortunately, the seller provided this, which is a new rear bumper for it, along with, it looks like, some oil, a tire, and the toolbox. The toolbox came with it. The paint up top is in good shape. Going around to this side, this is the only thing I've done so far. There was some paint chipping off this, so I sanded it down, but I wanted to leave it to show you exactly what we were starting with, so I will be hitting this so it doesn't look as bad and it doesn't have paint chipping off. The tires aren't fantastic, but they're not horrible. I mean, there is some life remaining. They're not completely bald. Onto this side, I mean, there's no dents. There's no like actual body damage, just the rust. It's down here, which is very typical. Coming down to the frame is in awesome shape. There's no cracks, there's no even deep rust. I mean, it's just a light spackling of surface rust. So for the age of this thing especially, being where it's been its entire life, it's not bad at all. And then we'll pop the hood, show you what we're working with under here, wherever it is. Boom. So we got the turbo D's, got the big boy. That's what matters. That's what makes this thing valuable. It's the 2500 HD, pretty well optioned, but this is where the value is. This right here, 4-wheel drive Duramax, you cannot go wrong. So let's start it up wherever the key is. Hello. Starts up super easy. The exhaust is stock, which is rare. It's silent. It's so quiet. So quiet. Anyway, come over here. So the plan of attack on this truck is to just make it generally clean. We got it with poor marketing, only 2 photos on the listing, and good description, good title, good everything else. They weren't the worst pictures ever, but my strategy is no mechanical work because I'm not a mechanic, I don't have a shop, and I don't love the mechanical side of stuff, especially diesel trucks, because they can get so pricey. So just make the truck look and present a little bit nicer with better marketing, of course, a solid detail, and some strategic repairs involving new rockers, a new windshield, and whatnot, just to make this truck look and present a little bit better. So right now we are going to get this gem taken care of. You can see there's a split from the rear view mirror all the way down right in the middle, and then this goes all the way across and up, and all the way across and up. So it's very in the way. It just looks very trashy, and for how nice this truck is gonna be, I don't wanna have to deal with having a cracked junk windshield. It's $222 to get that fixed, then I won't have to bring it up as an issue. The fall colors are gorgeous. I know I'm gonna be talking about that nonstop, but I just can't get over it. We are cruising, truck is doing well, and we are already about to the body shop where this is getting done.
Oh, I smacked my thumb yesterday.
Getting the cabbies open for the GMC. We got old Cummy here. Whoa! Good one. Fragile material. Unboxing. So here's myself and one of my best friends, Parker, doing some custom fabs, some new rockers on the truck. Rockers, cabs, new rear bumper, taking care of all of the metal work so that we have a pretty incredible transformation. Now, as you can see right here, we have an incredible transformation. This thing looks vastly different than how it did when I showed it to you originally. You saw the rust bubbling above the rear flare, how destroyed that rear bumper was, and how pretty much gone those rockers were. So as you just saw, I swapped out the old rear bumper, but the front's actually not too bad. You can see there's a little bit of rust, but that is what rubbing compound's for. That's what wheel acid is for. You can get a lot of the corrosion off visually pretty easily with just a little bit of rubbing compound and elbow grease. So that's exactly what I'm doing right here to make the truck look a little bit better. So we are back here with the truck working on a couple things on the interior. We got the little tear on the seat and this broken plastic bit. Different vehicles that I own that I advise people what to fix on them when they go to sell it, when I'm helping market or anything else. I take into consideration what the vehicle is, what the price point is, what's the overall condition or the condition of other parts of the vehicle, and the mileage. And that determines what level of fix. Now I have my Cummins over there. That's my baby. It's super low mileage. It's even older than this truck right here. It's an 01 instead of an 03, but it's only got 140K. So on the paint work, you can maybe see that the door doesn't match. I'm getting that professionally redone. Now with this truck, you can see there's that little can of spray paint right there. I'm doing it myself because it has 300,000 miles, or 293, 294. Same when it comes to this interior. Rather than doing something else, getting a whole new seat cushion, I'm just gonna super glue it, which is a very good solution. It looks really clean, especially after I've done it so many times. Same with this. I could get a whole new plastic piece. It may cost a certain amount of money and take a certain amount of time to install. I haven't looked into it, but super gluing it back together is fine. It'll fix it for being a 293,000 or 294, whatever it is, mile truck. The quality of the repair must match the quality of the vehicle, and that's something that I talk about in the arbitrage program that I have that's linked down below. If you want to learn how to make money with vehicles, learn how to strategically fix them in a way that's profitable, and how to drive anything for free, just like that Cummins or this Duramax, it's linked down below. Anyway, I have these two super glue minis. I'm going to use the gel for right here so that there's no drip, and then I'm going to use the liquid for the seat right here. So let's get on to it. And that pretty much wraps things up with all of the work and doing things to the truck. We did all the repairs. We got the incredible looking pictures. Then I posted it up for sale for, I tried like 12K at first, given the really high history-based value on Carfax. Did not go for that. tried for 10, did not go for that, but it ended up selling for 8K, which is still incredible. I more than doubled the initial investment of $3,750. Now that difference isn't entirely profit because there was money that had to get put in, including the new windshield, the bumper, which was included by the seller, but the new rockers and cabs, the paint, the title transfer, and the paperwork stuff involving that. I think in total I had about $4,500 in this truck, all said and done. But considering that it sold for $8,000, that is an incredible profit, an incredible come up, and someone has an awesome turbo diesel truck that's 4x4 with under 300,000 miles for still severely under Blue Book value. So overall, I think it was a win-win-win. I'm super happy with how this flip turned out. Sorry that the video quality wasn't what you've been watching these days, because I've gotten some upgraded gear and whatnot. I was just trying to piece together some of the old content that I had from my GoPro. Anyway, if you like this video, found it educational, insightful, inspiring, whatever, make sure to drop a like, drop a comment down below telling me what you thought. If you want to stay up to date with future flips, all of the newest builds and stuff like that, be sure to hit the subscribe button wherever it is. And most importantly, if you're interested in learning how to make automotive money, then hit the link down below. With that in mind, I will see you on the next one. Peace.